Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another Wednesday recipe video. And today we're going to be making Norwegian style waffles. Timestamps are down below and in the description if you want to skip the initial blah blah, but stick around if you want to hear a little bit about what we're making first. And to find out what this gadget is for. Now if you watched one of my earlier videos where I tested out all of the waffle makers I own, and it is an embarrassingly large amount of waffle makers. I have 4 waffle makers. Then you would have seen that this isn't the first time I featured this kind of waffle on this channel, but I didn't publish a recipe for it, so today I am. As you can see, Norwegian waffles are often the heart-shaped ones. They're quite thin, they're a little bit crisp around the edges and nice and soft on the inside, and they are often flavoured with cardamom. Now I trawled the internet for lots and lots of different Norwegian waffle recipes to try and find the most authentic ones, and the one that came out the best was from a website called matprat.no, a Norwegian food website. So I ended up adapting that one. Not only did I convert everything from decilitres into millilitres and grams, but I also added in a couple of my own extra ingredients. I just added a bit of vanilla as well as the cardamom on top, and a little salt because I always like adding salt to my waffles and pancakes. It just brings out those flavours even more. And to serve my waffles, I did it in the style of a very popular cafe in Oslo. Not that I've been, but on searching for waffles and to find the perfect waffle recipe, I found out about this cafe called Harald's Waffle, and they like to serve it with jam, sour cream and Brunost. Brunost is also known as brown cheese. It isn't technically actually a cheese. It's a Norwegian product which is basically whey, cream and milk that's been boiled down until it's solid and caramelized, and it's sweet, creamy and tangy. To me, it tastes like a dead-on half-hard version of clotted cream, fudge and cheddar cheese. Trust me, it is phenomenal. I love eating it with waffles, pancakes, bread, crisp breads, everything. If you've never tried it before, you're advised not to immediately eat it straight out of the packet by itself in case you're not used to it, because to many people the tangy, sweet, umami taste is a bit unusual, so you're advised to eat it as the Nords eat it, with something sweet like pancakes and jam, or with butter on crisp breads and toasts, or a combination of all of them, not by itself. I freaking love the stuff, so I can eat in any shape or form, but my favourite way to eat it is Harald's Waffle cafe style. And to slice my Brunost, we're going to be using this, an ostehøvel. This is older than I am. My parents bought this as part of a mail order package deal when they first moved in together, and I'm 38, so this is pretty old now, still going strong. And all it is a cheese slicer for soft cheeses. What you do is you place it flat and you drag it along the block of cheese and you get a nice thin layer of cheese. Honestly though, just use what you can if you don't think you'll use it often. I'm not a big advocate for going out and buying stuff just for one thing. It's up to you. To me, whatever gets the cheese into my face fastest wins. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to preheat my waffle iron. This girl's about 20 years old now and she's still going. She's not the best. I got her super cheap off eBay, but she works and she works fine, so I will stick with her. So I'm going to set this aside carefully before I get burned, and I'm going to make the waffle batter over here. Here I have 240 grams of plain flour. I'm going to dump in 90 grams of caster sugar, a teaspoonful of baking powder, a teaspoonful of ground cardamom, and a good pinch of salt. I'm just going to give these dry ingredients a quick stir around. And now we're going to add the wet ingredients. Here I have 3 eggs. I'm just going to start breaking these up a bit. And now I'm going to gradually add in bit by bit 400 millilitres of milk. This is full fat whole milk. Now I'm going to add 100 grams of melted unsalted butter, which I've let cool a little bit. And last but not least, about a teaspoonful of vanilla extract. And we're good to go. Back to our waffle maker. Just going to oil her up a little bit. And it is time to cook our waffles. Your waffle iron might be a bit better than mine. I have a timer. I have to wait until the green thing lights up, and this is so old, so sometimes it lights up like that for no reason. So I'm going to cook mine 3 to 5 minutes. I am going to check it. It depends on your waffle iron, so just keep an eye on it. It's been 3 minutes, so let's have a look. Nice. As you can see, I was a bit conservative with my first pour, as I always am, because I'm always scared of it overflowing. Unlike my Belgian waffle maker, the overflow in this is very shallow, so there's little room for error. I'm going to pop this onto my cooling rack, and I'm going to repeat this again and again until all the batter's used up. Beautiful. That actually made exactly 10 waffles, but I have a tiny bit left. I had enough left to make 3/5 of a waffle. Maybe I should have spaced it out a bit better. Anyway, let's cook this. Ah, nice, a perfect mini portion. Anyway, I'm going to rescue this, and then I'm going to serve those. Here's one I made earlier, and we're going to serve it Harold's Waffle style. That's the cafe in Oslo. I'm going to start with jam on one side. This is strawberry jam. I think in Harold's Waffle they serve it with raspberry jam, but I prefer strawberry. Some sour cream on the other side. And for my favourite part, Brunost. This is the brown cheese I was talking about at the start of the video. I'm going to do it properly with my really old ostehøvel. I do apologise if I offended anyone with my terrible ostehøvel skills. And we are ready to eat. What a stack. That was 10 full ones in total, plus that more than half one. And of course, looking gorgeous with our toppings. I've already done the slow-mo, so let's dig in. This smells so good. It's still a bit warm. Now I'm going to eat it as you're apparently supposed to eat it, by folding it over and making a sandwich. I'm going to try and do it with one hand. Also, it's hard because there's an odd number of hearts, so I'm going to have to go down one crease and then down half of a waffle. So let's see, how am I going to do this fairly? This way? Yep, jam on top of cream, so every bite gets a little bit of everything. Alley-oop. I'm going to take a bite. Cheers. This is by far my favourite way to eat waffles. I thought it was going to be Belgian waffles. I was obsessed with them for a while. This is it. This is the ultimate waffle and waffle combo for me. The waffle itself is buttery, almost floral from the cardamom and vanilla, crisp edges, really soft and fluffy insides, that luscious full fat sour cream, the sweet fruity strawberry jam, and the tangy caramelized sweet Brunost. That is an amazing combo. I have no more words. So there you go, Norwegian waffles with Brunost, sour cream and jam. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Got a bit tongue-tied there. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com. Follow me on Instagram, I'm tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too. I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you liked it to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. I'm going to go make another one for myself with extra Brunost now.